Wait a minute, what am I doing? Two men and a what? Two friends from film school, one who graduated, one who did, and they decided to make a podcast. Okay, this has never been done before, right? Okay. This is Matthew and Harrison's Two Men in a Movie. It's not what it sounds like.
I had someone who was telling me, it's like, I mean, that's good. I don't think he did. I'm like, no, I think he did it, and I think he should go free, and I think he's going to go free. You can be like Christ figure to the left.
Yeah, I think regardless of whether or not he did it, he should go free.
I think we're entering a good timeline again. I think Harambe died and Luigi lives, and that's our re-entry point, where things start to make sense again. Maybe Harambe comes back.
So do you think we enter the timeline when he walks, or do you think we are in the timeline?
We're entering that we're like sloping towards.
Okay, we're at the wormhole, but we haven't quite crossed over yet.
It's existing. It's a big, beautiful Italian wormhole, and we're hurtling towards it.
Dude, one can only hope.
God, I know so much. I mean, with the Epstein file releases, I'm hoping they do. They won't because the Democratic Party is stupid. But a really good attack vector is, hey, his mansion looks exactly like Trump's White House. It's like all the gold and shit. There's no boy statue. I think Trump should get a boy statue.
I don't. Listen, it's funny. I disagree.
Because he put up the big pictures of all the former presidents in the hall.
Right.
And you see, put plaques underneath them.
Yes.
And the plaque for Joe Biden says Sleepy Joe was the worst president of all time.
Yes. I forget what was under Obama, but it was a similar, like,
now
he tried to paint them.
Now imagine there's a bench there with a little boy statue.
No, you're never going to be able to convince me that in the White House should be a shrine to pedophilia.
I'm not saying that there should be as like a moral statement. I'm saying that I think Trump should do it. I'm not saying it's the morally right thing to do or the aesthetically right thing to do, but I think it would be like really funny if like next time we see the Oval Office, there's like a boy statue on one of the couches.
This is why you're not the interior decorator of the White House.
I think I could do some good work.
Yeah?
Yeah, boy statue. That's for Trump. We remove when Trump leaves. But for Trump's, definitely a boy statue. I'm thinking a fountain, an indoor fountain. I'm a fan of indoor fountains, like at a mall. You know those little trains they have at some nice malls you can get in?
Sure.
Like that, but it's all through the White House, and that's how you get room to room.
So...
And that creates a job.
You understand this is a government building for a world superpower.
Yeah.
And you think that we should have kiddie tours with mall trains.
It's what America deserves.
But we should aspire to better.
Like, what if, hear me out, right?
Uh-huh.
What if that train also goes to the congressional building?
Okay,
I think that paints it better because it's not like a little kiddie fun train. This is a functional train to get around the White House.
But
and now you can also get to the congressional building through it. You can get to
okay,
the Washington Monument.
I'm not sure how wide the hallways are. Whether you can both have multiple people walking.
It's going to be mostly train travel, I think, after we do this. I don't think there's going to be much walking anymore. The train will also go to the Washington Monument because we're going to move press conferences there.
Why?
I think it's a better backdrop to have the president, like Martin Luther King, like that view. I think that's a really good, like, photo op kind of thing when he's addressing the country. I don't want to be addressed by a man sitting at a desk. What is he, a middle manager? No. Front of the Washington Monument, which does kind of suck, and then the
in many ways he is a middle manager between the American people and the other middle managers of the rest of the world.
Yeah, but there's the pool, which really adds to the thing, because like the Washington Monument looks good on film.
Sure,
does not look that cool in person.
Sure.
Have you been there?
Yes.
Kind of sucks.
Okay, to each their own.
I just looked up like, oh wow. It's big. It's kind of like on an empty hill.
So you think all not press conferences, but all of his speeches should be given outside?
Yeah.
100% of them.
100% of them. I think if you're not willing to stand in like a thunderstorm or snow, then what do you have to say is not that important?
I like that theory. Listen, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it. I really like that train of
And
thought
then there's a new vector there for which you can judge presidents.
by how.
Yeah, he's a summertime president.
Okay, but at what? Sure. But what happens when we get another William Henry Harrison who gets pneumonia from being outside for 3 hours?
Not strong enough to be president.
In the rain.
Not strong enough to be president. Not intelligent enough to be president. That's really what it was. It wasn't that he made it was not like everyone there died of pneumonia. That was his personal choices that led to him dying there.
Sure.
So, I mean, that's his natural selection.
Sure.
We're going to add a tower to the White House for the vice president.
Like a watchtower?
I guess it could serve as a watchtower. I was imagining more of like a wizard's tower.
Sure. My other go-to was Lighthouse.
Like in Game of Thrones, how they have the Tower of the Hand, but it's the Tower of the Vice President.
Okay.
And the train goes up the tower. There's like the tower, then like a slightly larger wall around that.
I think it should have its own train. It should have its own train at the bottom that only goes up the tower.
Only goes. So there's so he has to get off the presidential train onto the vice. I like that. That's 2 new jobs you've created.
Yes.
So now we have 2 conductors.
At least. Here's the thing. DC is big enough. You probably can employ at least 5 conductors. And
I guess he has shifts. Because if the president has to go to the bathroom, he can't walk down the hallway because there's train tracks everywhere. He has to tell the night conductor to take him to the bathroom.
Does
the bathroom have a urinal? It should have a urinal. We're adding that.
Almost certainly the White House bathroom.
The president, not like the presidential's personal.
Oh.
I think that no one does it. I guess it's tacky. But I think if you're rich, you should have a urinal if you use them in your bathroom.
If you want to.
That's such a luxury. It's such a pointless luxury.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there are better ways to spend your money, but there are also worse ways. That's not the worst idea I've heard.
I think there should be a room that just has hot portraits of all the first ladies.
It should. So, is this its own room? Or
I don't think it's like a room. I don't think it's like a gallery.
Or is it like there's the presidential wall that underneath are all of the first ladies?
I think it's opposite side.
Opposite side. But we line them up.
We line them up. Yeah.
Sure.
And it's and then we have little plaques where it's like Nancy Reagan, the throat goat. She was really good at sucking dick.
I've heard the stories. I mean, yeah, she was good enough at sucking dick that she turned a Union president into a monster.
Yeah. So we do that.
It's evil incarnate.
We do that. I think we replace the Trump plaques with how tall they were.
What?
Dick size.
Oh, the not worst president. Okay, why is dick size relevant?
The most important bill they passed. The greatest accomplishment. Their greatest failure.
I agree with the last 2. I don't hate the height, but I think it's a weird. I think it's kind of pointless, but I also don't hate that. I don't understand dick size.
When I look at a portrait of a historical figure, there's 4 things I want to know: their greatest accomplishment, their greatest failure, how tall they were, dick size.
Why do you want to know dick size?
I'm a curious cat.
Do we have records of James Madison's dick size
There's gotta
today?
Be someone wrote about it somewhere. They wrote so much back then.
We would have to do some major investigation.
Old Tommy Jefferson's you see Madison's dick? Good American stock about one. So we put that there. Or we get geneticists and they can reconstruct prehistoric people with their bones. They do this facial reconstructions.
Sure.
You can figure out the dick.
I don't think you can construct dick. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Especially to the point of what James Madison.
There's this one website
it's so decayed. I don't think
that
you can
has
construct
a billion pointless calculators on it. I don't remember what the website's called, but it has a billion pointless calculators on it. Right. And one of them is what would your breast size be if you were a woman? So there must be a way to figure out dick size for a man.
So
how much corn you ate is a question on that calculator growing up. Apparently that influences stuff.
I mean,
American
rural diet versus city diet. I can imagine.
I mean, you imagine a farmer, right?
Sure.
Farmer's daughter.
Sure.
Big tits, strong shoulders.
Maybe. Sure.
Pitchfork.
Yeah.
It's not It's kind of biological.
She's born with it in her hand.
Yeah.
She came out of her mother.
It grows with her as she gets older, yeah.
At first, she came out of her mom with like a little fork, and then it grows in size like a trident with her.
Yeah. That's what happens to country folk.
So can she let go of it, or is it attached to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have your pitchfork.
I wasn't raised on a farm.
Yeah, well, it's a rural area. It's all farms.
Okay.
Had this argument with my mom because I was complaining I happened to go out to the grandparents' house to see him, and it was I'm like, it's fucking farm. There's no farm. So I'm like, if I go anywhere where there might be a horse on the road, I'm upset, despite my great desire to personally meet a horse.
You've never personally met a horse?
I've touched a horse.
Yeah.
But I've never been like, have a salt lick or sugar cube. What's this horse's name? Hello, horse's name. I'm Math. I've never like how you can meet a dog.
Yes.
I've never met a horse.
We can probably organize that.
I would love to just this is my good horse friend, Thunderhoof.
Okay.
I think it'd be cool. I don't know. I like horses. They go. Blah, 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 blah.
So you don't like them on the road?
Nah.
Why?
Because that implies, because that's like a level of civilization far below what I expect. I like to go to a place where horses have, they're in transportation, they have jobs, like cop or beer mascot.
Sure. But is not car also not a job?
Car's not a job.
But for the horse it is. Transportation is the job.
No, that's slavery. They don't get paid for that.
They don't get paid if they're a cop either.
They do. They get pensions.
Horses do not get.
Yeah, 100% get pensions.
Horse cops do not get. I will look.
One of my friends
right
got
now.
a pension when her horse father died. She's half horse.
Okay, you know what? I'm not looking it up because you're being ridiculous.
No, Google it up. Google half horse woman gets pension.
No, I am not putting
Google
half
that
horse,
right now.
No, I am not putting half horse woman.
One mobile game of the year, the half horse girl game.
No, the anime you race some RPG thing. Yeah. Neve really likes it. Good for them.
I get shown too much that I don't like hate it, but I'm actively tired whenever it comes up because I've got sent so many horse women. And I'm like, I don't care about these horse women. I really don't.
What about so is it okay? What about it is not appealing? Do you just I'm the game and not the women?
The game's appealing.
Okay.
The fact that the idea of horse racing, I've lost a lot of real money I've spent on Grand Theft Auto money because I was spending all my Grand Theft Auto money on the horse racing game at the casino.
You're kidding, right?
Hundreds of dollars.
You're joking, right?
No, I've spent so much real money on horse racing in Grand Theft Auto. It's not even real horses in the game. It's like a screen horse.
And like hard-earned dollars.
Yeah.
You purchased a gift card with your real money that you got from your real
card,
job.
they call them, yeah. Well, not from a job. The money was, I didn't work for this money. This is back in college, not recently. I don't play Grand Theft Auto anymore online because I'm worried that I'll relapse into spending real money on horse racing. It's why I only do betting on the Super Bowl. I can't bet. Anything that has a betting component, I'm going to spend way too much money on.
I'm glad you're self-aware. I'm glad you know you have a problem.
It's not even about the winning of the money back. It's that whenever I win, I get to say I won. I love to say I won. I win. So, but I don't know, the anime women, I'm like, I'm just sick of all these anime girls. They're never anime women. They're always anime girls. If they were like proper women, maybe I'd be more interested.
Yeah.
You look at her, you're like, that horse girl has a 410k.
A what?
410k.
A 401k.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I wasn't correcting. I just
that
didn't
horse
hear you.
girl every morning is worried she's going to find a gray hair. But like, these are like girls. Show me women.
I think it's like, I don't know, but I think it is like a school. It is like a college or a high school.
Yeah, I don't like how
professional
sexual
training.
they've made these horsewomen. It's my issue with a lot of animes is that they make these.
Have they made them sexual, or are you just being creepy?
It's not like as bad anime sexuality where it's like, oh, but they're clearly trying to get people to have waifus.
Okay. I mean, sure.
It's not like the worst thing I've ever seen.
But
it reminds me of the worst things I've seen.
It reminds you of the worst things you've seen?
The worst anime sexual high schoolers that keep existing.
Okay. I was expecting worse.
There's like this one anime where it's like in high school and they're all BDSM people.
Crazy.
Yeah, and someone's like, watch this. I'm like, no.
Who?
I'm not naming names.
Who? Okay.
You've met them, and if you think about it for a second, you could probably figure out who it is.
Maid outfit.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Welcome to the Two Men in a Movie podcast, where each week one man shows another man a movie he can't believe he hasn't seen. As always, I'm your opposed to the Japanese people host, Matthew. We should have dropped a third one. Olachek.
Jesus Christ.
Joined as always by my horse-raised co-host and co-husband, Harrison Poole. How you doing?
Fine. That was a big leap you just took. And also, normally
it's your dad that's probably the horse. I'm not saying your mom's a horse. Don't worry. Also a carpenter. All dads are carpenters in my experience.
No, my dad works in IT for a high school.
Nah, he probably does carpentry.
I mean, not professionally. No, he works IT for a high school. But I'm doing okay. We should have dropped a third one.
Yeah, I don't think we'd get all the weird anime stuff if we dropped a third one. I think a lot of the problematic things of their culture would be gone. Like how if we didn't have Vietnam, we'd be better as a country if we dropped another bomb. It doesn't even have to be on a city. It's an ambient radiation.
So, okay. I can't believe I'm going down this path. So, what makes you think that a third one would have stopped pervy anime? How are those two things related in your mind?
I think radiation level wise, like at the lowest, there's no pervy anime. And that's like what one bomb would have done, right? 2 bombs pushes it into pervy anime.
Oh, and so another one resets it.
It's like there's the weird horny perny anime part of the radiation spectrum, and we either needed to drop one less or one more. But I know America, we wouldn't have dropped one less, so we have to drop one more.
You really do just say shit sometimes, don't you?
That's science, and I'm a bit of a scientist myself. So
sure, me too. I have a bachelor's in science.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. You know this is factual.
So so I learned I learned last weekend that you could break a rib while coughing.
Yeah, that's nuts. My mom didn't seem to believe me when I told her that.
My dad's done it multiple times.
I brought that up too, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, did he have pneumonia?
No, I had the flu, and they just had it was just like a really bad fits for many days in a row. And I felt my side getting sore, but like nothing was broken. And then I had like a really, really bad one, and I literally felt like my rib pop.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be, I thought it was going to feel like a break. It feels like it popped.
That's like, I don't think I've ever even gotten close to coughing that much or sneezing that much. So like I've coughed pretty bad, but like never enough that's like, oh, I've broken a bone, and you did it by fucking coughing.
Yeah, dude. I'm a legend.
Maybe it's genetic.
Maybe
you genetically have weak ribs.
I don't know.
Couldn't have made a woman out of one of those, tell you that much.
Okay. But there's nothing they can really do I didn't even go to the doctor, but there's nothing they can do for broken ribs, really. Unless it was like poking into my lung and deflating it, and then they could like cut me open and shit. But as far as
need incredible journey technology.
Yeah, as Osmosis Jones shit. But as far as
Osmosis Jones is chemical. That is the creation. Osmosis Jones is the story of a white blood cell getting help from a human-made homunculi.
Sure.
I'm talking we shrink people.
Sure, fair enough.
And then like Katy Perry can go in her little, she went to space. Now she's going inside you.
So,
and when she gets out, she kisses the ground. It's like a big photo op.
Oh, nice. Good for her.
Fucking Justin Trudeau.
I know.
What the fuck's going on? Huh?
You know what? Be happy. As long as people,
where'd they meet?
I don't care about either
what
of them.
What happened to his wife?
I assume, okay, let me look it up. I assume they're divorced. Oh, they divorced in 2023.
That's wild that a former prime minister got divorced and started dating Katy Perry. That's like an Orlando Bloom thing to do, not a I used to run a country thing to do.
So, have you heard the theory that Justin Trudeau is Fidel Castro's kid?
No.
So, okay. So, the theory is that Justin Trudeau is actually Fidel Castro's kid.
And not the son of his very famous father?
No. His parents were very good friends with Fidel Castro, his mother especially. And if you look at the pictures side by side, I'll show you. There's also a rumor that she traveled to meet Fidel Castro alone roughly 10 months before Justin Trudeau was born. But look at this. If their parents weren't friends.
And do you think how do you think Fidel Castro would feel about the Katy Perry situation?
I think he would be proud of his son.
You think?
I think so. Do you think Fidel Castro knew that Justin Trudeau was his kid? We're just assuming at this point. Allegedly. If you say allegedly before anything, they can't sue us.
They can't. No, you can say whatever you want. It's such a great power. Or like saying this is satire.
Yeah. Yeah. Another leading theory is that Ronan Farrow is not Woody Allen's kid. He's Frank Sinatra's kid.
It's a wild take. I feel like you'd be they don't look anything alike. I think it'd be pretty clear to tell the difference between Frank Sinatra's kid and Woody.
I mean, he mostly looks like his mom, so
that's weird.
For children to look like one of their
child
parents
looks like a 50-50 mix.
No, not always. Some kids just straight up look like one of the parents.
And they're unhealthy.
Okay, this is weird eugenics shit that I'm not entertaining.
It's my familial heritage. I was the question of the week at work was when do you put up your Christmas decorations, which caused a bit of drama because not everyone celebrates Christmas.
Sure.
So it just feels like if you're in a work situation, they're like, "What are you doing for Christmas?" And it's like not even like holidays. But I was considering saying I was I was Jewish.
Okay.
But I already told my boss I was a former Catholic and stuff, and made it clear that like I wasn't religious. So that wouldn't fly. But my mom's like, I mean, they wouldn't believe it. With your last name Olenchek, and I'm like, what is my what? Like I can't be a Jew with the last name Olenchek? Like what? My last name has to be like Big Nostein Mother? And she's like, yeah, but it's a Polish last name. I'm like, Polish people can't be Jews?
They can be, sure. Like I
don't know. It was a nuts thing to be told. Is that the reason why telling my boss that I'm Jewish would not work? Is because my last name's Polish.
Sure. I get what you're saying, but sure. At this point, we're all a weird mixed melting pot.
Like,
just they
if
can
you
have whatever
told
name.
me you were Jewish, I just met you, right? You're like, hello,
Sure.
I'm Harrison Poole, and I'm Jewish. I wouldn't be like, I'd believe him, but his last name's Poole. Doesn't really ring like a Jewish name to me. The idea of like a last name being like, oh, that's not a Jewish last name is like, it seems problematic to me. Like, not that saying someone's last name is Jewish,
but that they can't be Jewish
saying that
and have a
someone's last name-
non-Jewish last name.
but saying that someone's last name isn't Jewish when you're told they're Jewish.
I mean, there are traditionally Jewish last names.
Yeah.
People
Well,
also marry into other families.
Which is what I'm saying, like saying a last name is Jewish, not problematic, but being like, the last name's not really Jewish though, is it? To someone who says they're a Jew is like problematic. Sure. It's like one step away from like measuring their nose and holding a picture of the wandering Jew next to them and being like, I don't see the resemblance. And going zing heil, zing high. It's very slippery slope.
I don't think it's that slippery. I think we're several steps removed. But I do think it is one of the first steps, and it is a thing that should be checked.
My mom is one step away from hanging up a picture of Goebbels in her house.
No, she's not. I mean, I don't know your mom that well, but like
huge Hitler stan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, based on everything time we've talked and everything I've heard about her, she doesn't seem.
She almost named me Hitler is awesome. Olenchek.
Sure, she did. Adolf Hitler rules. Olenchek.
Yeah.
Hitler rules, one word.
Hitler rules. This is my baby boy. Hitler rules. Like how a lot of last names kind of come from like professions.
Sure. They okay. Fair enough.
Like how your family probably at one point cleaned pools and fucked lonely wives.
No, I just think we were from the place Pool, England.
Nah, I think,
and then
I think
emigrated
it
to
used to be like
Ireland.
Harrison Pool Boy. Like Pool Boy was his last name. He used to clean pools and fuck noble wives whose husbands were just spending their entire nights at the castle.
Listen, I like this backstory, but I do think that it's just they were from a place and then they immigrated to Ireland and then immigrated to America.
No, that doesn't sound right. I've taken quite a few history classes, so I think I'm a better judge of what happened with your family.
With my family specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, my dad's side of the family, we don't have a family history book. My mom's side of the family, we do. We have like a pretty detailed history book leading back to at least the Civil War, but maybe my dad's side of the family
I think
is
this also comes from
ashamed
like it was medieval, so I think it'd be hard to find information,
Sure.
because it was just some peasant who's cleaning the pool at the castle while the lady sunned.
Hell yeah. My ancestors
And she's like,
ruled.
"Mine husband doth spend too much time at court. Verily, I am unsatisfied." And it's like, "Well, mine father was a farmer, so I doth know of the hog."
Okay, yeah. Oh, what's the fucking... it's been so long. What's the fucking porn of?
Fucking some real MILFs. Medievals I'd like to fuck.
So what do you think my ancestor's name was? Do you think it was still Harry? Or do you think it was
I think it was like Harold.
Harold?
Harold Pooled Boy. Harold Pooled Boy.
See, I like the idea that it was Pullman, and then it
Pullman.
split into Pullman and Pool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
But we all come from the Pullman family.
Yeah. Cleaning those medieval pools.
Yeah. Harold Ignatius Pullman.
Oh, but thine muscles so rippling, thine hog so fat. Those peasants knew how to eat a woman out.
Absolutely, they
Although
did.
I do have the controversial opinion that I think the Habsburgs, I feel like getting eaten out by the Habsburg jaw is an experience, like a good one.
Yeah.
I think getting eaten out by a severely inbred person fucking rocks.
There's only one way to find out.
Well, the problem is that now they look normal. They still exist, but I assume they fucked other people since then, and it made them better. They gotta still be fucked up internally. You gotta look at their DNA.
Almost certainly. Okay, I'm not sure the ethics of this.
Yeah.
But we can almost certainly find deeply inbred families in America and willing participants. No, I don't want to.
We gotta find like a Habsburg level where it's like centuries of inbreeding.
All right, I'm not sure the ethics of this. I don't entirely want to go down this path.
We just get different levels of inbred, and we have one woman get eaten out by them in succession, and see where it's good.
See where you have to have a control group of someone who isn't inbred.
Yeah.
But that person has to have a level of cunnilingus skill, like a base level of cunnilingus skill.
Yeah, we're gonna have to run like tests, or tryouts, to make sure they're all at the same level conceptually.
I think
Yeah.
we're getting really, really close to eugenics because I think we're getting to the point. I think the moment we start actually first off, if we do this experiment, this is horrific and unethical.
Two out of 2 times I've looked at someone and said, "Are you Hungarian?" And they went, "Yeah." And both times was because I looked at their jaw and said, "That's a Hungarian jaw." So I think there's a kernel of truth there.
I think,
We're going
depending on the results of this,
We're doing phrenology, not eugenics.
But
Because
I
we're
think
not
based on
saying
the
we should
results
inbreed a large portion of the population for the purpose
of cunnilingus.
of munch and muff. We're just saying that much like how criminals have a certain head shape, good cunnilingus people have a certain jaw mouth situation.
Jaw misshape.
Yeah, jaw misshape. Like how Hungarians have a very certain jaw shape.
Yeah,
And Poles have a big back.
sure.
We should open up a phrenology institute.
We should absolutely not. We should 0% of us should open a phrenology institute.
think it'd be really cool and it would rock.
Listen, I'm not saying that there aren't bone structures related to certain parts of the world.
We could get so much money for like nothing. We have a guy come in, right? Like
Sure.
Stephen Miller, and we like pinch his head and take measurements, and we're like, that's a good head shape.
Oh, so we're frauds.
I mean, mostly, yeah. I mean, the Hungarian shape, there, like you said, there are some things that are not really phrenology, though. But no, I think we are largely frauds.
Okay.
We're just kind of fucking around with.
But I think is lying to, for lack of a better phrase, white supremacists.
Yeah.
Is lying to white supremacists not feeding into their delusion and feeding into their own internalized white supremacy? Would we not be part of the problem?
I think if we're at the level where they're paying us like hundreds of thousands of dollars to measure their skull to get a certificate that says they have a good head, there's nothing we can meaningfully do to make them worse.
But I don't know. I don't know. I think, first off, we can't be officially accredited to anything. Like, because I think the moment you have like actual accreditation, it does feed into
Like,
the delusion.
we're just kind
more.
of measuring their skull and handing them a certificate, of which we have a box full that say you have a good head. Like, we measure their brow and go, that's a good brow. That's a proper brow right there.
Do we also? So do we do this for everyone who comes in?
Yeah, you can get, it's like a credit. We're not accredited, but we're an accreditation program in of ourselves.
Sure.
We'll balance rocks on your head,
We'll balance books on your shoulders.
books on your shoulders. That's the only real truth we have. Is like, these are some good fucking shoulders. This is a proper woman right here.
Okay. I want to know the stats on if feeding into their delusion makes their supremacy
What does
stronger.
it say about me that my definition of a good woman's like is like the ideal like peasant, like the working outside, hard labor. Like you have good shoulders, strong eyebrows to keep out dust in the sun, a strong jaw for eating your peasant gruel.
What does it say about you?
Yeah, what does it say about me?
That you are into a more muscular type of woman and the traits that generally go with that. I don't know if it's peasantry as much as it's like it is muscular physiology. Like it's the physical traits that tend to go on with the body type that you enjoy.
Well, it is the opposite of like classical nobility, what a woman should be, which is I guess what I'm
Sure.
saying is peasantry.
Sure. But whether or not that's purpose,
Like, cause like no nobility is like slight shoulders, slight jaws, quiet.
you like them loud.
I love me a loud woman. I never want to be surprised by a woman like, oh God, I didn't know you were there talking. If we're at a Monsters game and we're talking, I want to be able to like, hey, can you stop talking for a second? I want to hear the foghorn.
I don't know what that says about you. I think, is it specifically the loudness, or is it the upfront personality, or is it like, is it the decibels in and of itself, or is it the personality type that tends to come along with a loud
I think it's
woman?
hard to separate those two.
Okay. Because I think at that point you're
Maybe-
attracted to like the straightforwardness and the
Maybe
confidence
it's
that
my
a loud
heritage,
woman.
because like although I don't like them, my heritage is that of the Great Lakes, of the boats, right?
Sure.
And so I want a woman with a voice like a foghorn and big shoulders in case the boat needs to be moved.
Needs to be moved.
Yeah, and eyebrows to hide your eyes from the seagulls, and a jaw for catching fish.
I thought you were gonna go in a jaw for munching mouth.
Nah, for catching, like a big pelican jaw.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's hot, dude. You ever see a pelican? You're like, wow.
I have looked at a woman's jaw and thought that is an attractive
Give
jaw.
me some
I've
sloppy
never looked
toppy pickled bird.
I've never
Think
looked
that's a stork.
at a pelican. Jesus
You ever
Christ.
just look at a pelican? Like, if that pelican was a woman, I'd fuck it.
What is wrong with you?
Narcissism officially. Don't think that applies here.
So I picked the movie this week. Is this officially our Christmas
This-
episode?
yeah.
Yeah. Because this is gonna come out the 23rd. Cool. Yeah, this is our like Christmas week movie this week.
Not really a Christmas movie.
Okay.
I still don't think it's a Christmas movie. Though I only have like one major criticism of the movie. Otherwise, I mean, I don't like high school movies, but it was all right. It was good.
Yeah, it's 2017's Anna and the Apocalypse. What's your criticism?
Okay, so was it you that said this was like Shaun of the Dead?
No, that's just a review. I think I may have quoted a review,
I think you
but I
quoted
don't know.
And it's interesting because that ties into my one major criticism. It's not even like of the movie; it's of the script, really. Which is that the entire army gets got, and it's like it's something I think Shaun of the Dead is really good, which is at the end the military shows up and fucking decimates the zombies because there's no world in which a military does not defeat Romero zombies.
My counter argument, I don't know how strong the Scottish military is.
They have automatic weapons and armored vehicles. Look, the thing about Romero zombie, the reason why we're apex predators, right? And why we're incredibly deadly to everything around us and each other has nothing to do with our physicality, really. We're not physically superior to many species. Like most dogs are stronger and faster than us, right?
Sure. Yes.
A Romero zombie is a human that like lacks any of the abilities that make a human truly dangerous. They don't have critical thinking. They're slow. They can't use tools. There's not a situation where a bunch of people in armored vehicles show up with automatic weapons and don't win. Like the reason why I think like situations where the army loses that are fine, like Last of Us, right? It's in the air.
So is this. This is
Is it
like,
in the air?
It's a It's an illness that can be transferred via like
I know
zombie.
the biting's like,
But when on the radio it says that it's a pandemic and that it starts as an illness.
how is it transferred? Because like because like really they hone in on the bite.
It kind of It has like two different zombie rules in one.
I assume it's saliva based.
Maybe. It could be the way
Even
any
then,
like viruses get spread.
the entire military shows up and guns are from a distance. Like it's still like, I don't know. It's just the one thing in like zombie movies. I'm like, how the entire military that got sent got? Because like Last of Us, mushrooms in the air. Walking Dead, everyone already has it.
Yeah.
But like in any situation where like the bite is the primary transferal of it, there's little to no threat. I think that's why the Shaun of the Dead endings. It's weird that like it's funny that it's a comedy that gets it right compared to a lot. But yeah, when the military shows up in bulk, because also they're just like, oh, they have to have some idea of what's happening there, or they wouldn't send the military, right?
They understand that it is an illness, and they understand that they behave zombie-esque.
Yeah.
I don't know what they know.
So they have like biohazard gear.
In theory, yes.
This is again, it doesn't really impact the movie at all, but that's like my one thing that I'm like, what? Come the fuck on.
This movie, Anna and the Apocalypse, is a teen horror comedy Christmas musical.
I would have made it like I'm so honest. I would have made it like a city or like a local government response.
Sure.
Like the evacuation's like a local government thing.
I don't know how large the Scottish military is, but my guess is that they sent multiple platoons to like all over.
I know why it's there. The idea is that like that's like the thing to move the plot along. I just think like I don't know. I feel like the Scottish military knows how to fight.
Maybe I
would probably also include just UK forces. They're part of the UK.
Sure.
And the English are good. And I assume that the Scottish troops would never allow themselves to not be as good as the English troops.
You know what? That's sound logic.
Like there's the whole embassy thing where they have like the British Special Forces do their thing. And it's like amazing, like an amazing operation. Like they're good at what they do. And the Scottish are never going to be worse than never going to be worse than the English. And the English are going to necessitate that everyone else in the UK is up to their standards.
Sure.
So it's a cohesive military force. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect the movie too much. That was just my one major criticism.
Fair. I just I think when I already was suspending my disbelief that zombies existed in a Christmas teen horror comedy musical.
A teen horror comedy musical set at Christmas.
Okay, whatever.
There's no Christmas themes in the movie.
It's set at Christmas. There are 3 Christmas songs. It's fine.
It's not like thematically Christmas.
Okay.
Which does mean Die Hard, I don't think is a Christmas movie under that metric, right?
Sure. My theory on Die Hard is...
Because they could be having a Halloween party, right?
Yeah, they could be.
And then he writes Oogie Boogie Boo. What is it? He says, ho, 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 I have a machine gun, right?
Yeah.
Oogie Boogie Boo, I have a machine gun.
My theory with Die Hard is if you want to call it a Christmas movie, fine. If you want to call it your favorite Christmas movie, you're being a smartass. Like, I don't actually believe you believe that. We all know what we talk about when we... This is more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard is, I think. Because Die Hard is... the fact that it takes place in Christmas is entirely arbitrary. I feel like the aesthetic of Christmas is more like entrenched into this movie.
I still think it's whack if you say this is your favorite Christmas movie. I think it's in the same wheelhouse.
Mostly agree. Yes,
I will say it is more Christmas.
Yes, that's what.
Again, I don't think it's definitely a movie set at Christmas, but it's not like, and that was an intentional thing. But I don't think it's like a Christmas. I think if you ask the director, is this a Christmas movie?
I'm pretty sure he would just say yes, but I don't know. We can actually, I could look that up if he's ever said anything, but he could just be like, sure. Like, if this is a movie you watch at Christmas, this is a movie you watch at Christmas.
See, I think also, I think important, I think there's a distinction between a movie you would watch at Christmas and like a Christmas movie. Like how there's a difference between like a Halloween movie and a movie you watch at Halloween. Because like you can watch any horror movie at Halloween and it fits the season. It doesn't mean they're Halloween movies.
Sure.
Whereas like your Trick or Treat, your weird CGI Halloween Town.
Okay. This movie is set in a small Scottish town called New Haven, and the protagonist is I don't know what would be a high school senior.
Not what's her name, which I assumed, having never really looked too closely at anything about this movie, I guess. What's her name? Fucking Cup Lady.
Cup Lady?
Yeah, she stacks the cups and sings and claps.
Oh, Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, I thought it was Anna
Ella
Kendrick.
Hunt.
I thought it was Andrew.
Ella Hunt, who plays Gilda Radner in Saturday Night.
Which one is Gilda?
The one who's constantly with John Belushi.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the dark hair. Yeah. And she's what we would equivalent to a high school senior. I don't know what like UK schooling, whatever they call it.
Major top classman.
Or if it's like, yeah, like
third degree.
Well, I know like the phrase like sixth year or exists or like how far that goes. But like she's skipping a year of uni she's taking a gap year from going to university to travel Australia. And she didn't tell her dad. And then her dad finds out because her best friend John spilled the beans and he's real upset. And he says that her dead mother would not be proud of her, which is a low blow.
Australia is not like the strange. I feel like you could just go to Europe. It's right next to you, for your gap year. A lot of people tend to go to Europe for their gap year. Go to Australia, I don't know, like for a whole year.
She's going to travel all around Australia, and I don't know. I've never been. We may be to pull a year out of that.
A lot of Australia is like a Canada situation where a lot of it has nothing and you'll die there.
Sure.
It's like how all of Canada's right on the border, really.
Sure. But Anna lives with her dad, who's the janitor of the high school, and her mom's dead. Did it
say what her mom did? Did it ever say what her mom did?
No. Other than judge snow angel contests that she and her dad had.
That was her primary profession. That's what she got a W-2 for.
Would that be a W-2 or a 1099? Would she be a freelancer?
No, she's paid. She in fact is from the Haul Out the Holly universe.
Oh, sure.
Where such a profession is justifiable.
And her best friend John is in love with her, and this is a musical.
Yeah. Wasn't expecting that.
I warned you that it was a musical.
I don't think I was paying attention.
Also, I own the soundtrack to this, like separate from the movie. I listen to the soundtrack quite a bit. I really do like the soundtrack to this movie. The songs are good. There's one song that I think is an entirely different movie, in its human voice, which I think is a good song. I just think in my head that was written for a separate project because it has nothing to do with actually what's going on in the plot.
I think I really like Soldier of War, but I think a lot of that's because it's getting a lot of boosts from also being like really close to the name of a Rise Against song.
Sure.
So I hear Rise Against, and then that just kind of carries over.
Soldier of War is one of my favorites.
Kind of it reminds me of Hero of War. So then I'm thinking about Hero of War and how much I like that song, which then boosts my enjoyment of this song.
And
It's like if you handed me a dish and said, "This is Florence Pugh," I'd probably really like it.
I think the magic trick that this movie manages to pull off is the balancing act of all of the tones and all of the genres of movies and making it feel like a whole cohesive narrative.
Yeah, and the transition, because at the end it becomes a bit more of like a proper horror movie.
Ooh, it becomes a proper horror movie, and there are like deeply sad moments in the last half
that's
hour.
something like it's also like
It
like
gets
a comparison
really sad.
to Shawn of the Dead, which
Yeah.
is that like a lot of people just fucking die.
I think Shaun of the Dead is in the top 5 funniest movies ever made. And also, when Shawn has to kill his mom, it almost brings me to tears every time. Like, I think what this movie does well, and what Shaun of the Dead does well, but it, like, we're talking about this movie, is that, like, it balances the tones really well in a way that that if this movie was miscalculated, could feel like 6 different movies going on at once.
This might add to my therapy sessions if she ever listens to this podcast. She doesn't. I think I could shoot my mom more like you if you became a zombie pretty easily.
Sure.
Because you're dead.
So, okay. So you could shoot your zombie mom. Could you shoot your living mom before she transitions?
No, I have to wait till she transitions and I'd shoot her.
Okay. That's my... Okay.
I shoot my living mom, I just wait.
Well, the thing is that he was supposed to shoot her before she transitioned because she didn't want to be a zombie, and then he couldn't do it.
Well, you're not really going to be a zombie, Mom. You're going to die. You will be dead. That's what I tell her. I'd be like, Mom, you're going to be dead.
Sure.
At no point are you a zombie. So I'm going to stand here with my gun until you turn and pop, pop, pop. And I'm going to move on.
Though, weirdly,
Grieve later.
Weirdly, with this, both this movie and Shaun of the Dead have are similar because they take the zombie and the horror comedy and they balance them both really well. Shaun of the Dead does it much better, but what both of those movies kind of establish is both of these movies, but part of you is still in there with the friend Chris and oh my God, I'm blanking on her name, but the best friend,
yeah.
Lisa. With Chris and Lisa, like when they're zombies, they're always trying to find each other to like hold hands still, and John is still like. I think that's just residential brain stuff. The soul's gone. Sure.
The soul's in heaven with God. And Seth Rogen.
Sure, understood.
And the Backstreet Boys.
But I think... Listen, I agree with you. I think with this movie is that there is like part of them is the zombie. So like when they say I don't like when when Nick's dad says to kill him before he turns is because in his head and kind of in the reality of the movie, like some base part of you is still there. And so whether or not you know that's what's happening.
I'm gonna say there's a residue, Nick's dad. It's not going to be you. Your soul's going to be with God. You're not going to be here.
Assuming he was a good boy who was going to heaven.
Look, give me like 5 minutes. I'll do an emergency last communion and confession for you so you go to heaven. It's really easy to get into heaven as a Catholic.
So,
like they're like, oh, it's so easy to go to hell as a Catholic. Sure, but it's also really easy in the end. Like in your last 5 minutes, if you rush, very easy to slip on by.
So, but the magic trick that this movie does is that it pulls it off in on paper, this movie should not work. This movie is too many movies and too many tones to feel like it should fit in one singular narrative. And the fact that it balances all of them in a way that feels semi-honest. Or at no point do I feel like my suspension of disbelief is on because like zombies aren't real yet. But like
Alarming you said yet.
But also,
Why did you say yet?
I just said yeah.
Why did you say yet? Why did you say zombies aren't real yet? That's like if we had just watched Dracula, I said, you know, I have a suspicion of my disbelief because vampires aren't real yet.
Okay.
Like, call me out of that. What do you mean? Yeah. Do you think zombies are gonna happen?
Listen, all things are possible through Christ who strengthens me.
Christ isn't gonna make zombies.
Hey, all things are possible. So, but this is a really hard balancing act, and this movie does a fairly good job of accomplishing it. It's rough around the edges. It doesn't nail it 100% of the time. There are parts where you can see not literally, but theoretically, like you can see the duct tape holding up everything in the background. But like,
it makes sense because isn't this like a festival movie or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know the background to how this movie? Have you like done any research into this whatsoever?
No.
Okay, so this was directed by John McPhail and I think written by McPhail and co-written by a man named Ryan McHenry. And Ryan was the original person who had the idea for what was he wanted to make a zombie high school musical, and in 2011 he made a film, I believe, just called Zombie Musical, and it was in the festival circuit, and he was trying to get a feature made, and then Ryan passed away from cancer, and so his friends took his script, tweaked it and rewrote it, and made the movie that he wanted to make after his death as like a dedication to their friend.
When I die, will you make my ethical snuff film?
No, because I think to actually make a snuff film, I now know you have to murder someone.
Think of all the publicity you'll get.
So, and in the apocalypse, it's a very light movie. The first half hour is the slowest part of the movie, and then the last hour just zooms by.
What if it's only really Scotland that's experiencing this?
I mean, it's all over the world. They literally say it's all over the world.
Yeah, but what if everyone else's military came out and like fixed everywhere? Shaun of the Dead's the same universe.
Yeah.
So everywhere else is fine. Like they have the big scary day
then
of it.
You just need to make it to London or whatever. They just need to make it.
God, everything, the whole world's fallen, and they drive to like London, and the guy's like, "Hey."
Yeah, they just need to make it to a major UK metropolis.
You would have to feel so bad about your country. Like if America fell to zombies and we went to Canada, we found out everywhere else in the world was like, we figured it out. You're like, fuck. Maybe we shouldn't succeed. Maybe we shouldn't leave. Maybe we shouldn't be our own country.
This movie follows 3-act structure very, very well, kind of almost to its detriment at points in that the first act really is all set up all the time and nothing really happens in the first 30 minutes. And but I do love that the It's a New Day Dawning song. It mirrors the beginning song of like, I don't like where I am in life, and am I just another nobody like everyone else? I like how those songs mirror each other, and how kind of like in Shaun of the Dead, where the two characters are so obsessed with their own world that they don't see.
I've decided that this takes place in the same world as Shaun of the Dead.
I'm with you now.
Like probably in Shaun of the Dead, America is way more military than London. It was probably less of an issue in America.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
They were just like, zombies come, then we just deployed the National Guard, which is a lot easier. I really like that. We can't watch Shaun of the Dead on this show, but I really like that as like, I like an apocalypse. Because I want every movie to be that. But I like that there's a movie where the apocalypse is one day. I love that as a concept, where it's like the almost apocalypse, where everything's really bad.
Yes.
But then like in a few years' time, it's pretty much everything's gonna be back to normal, except now we have zombie reality TV shows.
And you keep your best friend in the shed to play
I do
video
that
games
anyways.
with. But the New Day Dawning song, I think my favorite part about it is how like truly teenage the characters feel, both in the self-obsession and in the actual words they're singing, the like weirdly vague platitudes but no real like direction of where they plan on going.
I think it's really well done. I am indifferent towards it, given my taste on like my general distaste of teenagers.
Sure.
But I do agree with you. It is very well done.
Yeah, I think that in many ways, like these characters, the fact that the world is crumbling around them and they have no idea until they like take off their headphones. I really like that touch.
Well done.
And the no such thing as a Hollywood ending earlier, when John is being a little incel-y, but it's like I'm starting to realize not all the nice guys, or sometimes the nice guys don't always get the girl. Like that is like a weird, that if he were older, that would be a weird incel-y thing where like I would have a sit down conversation, but like
You should still have a sit down conversation. Well, he's young.
no, absolutely. But no, I'm saying that like it feels more like it feels more authentic than when someone that I've not seen all of the movie, but the Dear Evan Hansen where Ben Platt feels like he's in his 30s playing a 17-year-old. Like these feel like teenagers in a way that like it's an honest expression of how he would feel in that moment. And it is cringy and it is like stupid and not the correct thing to think. You don't want to beat them, but like it is cringy and it is like a thing that needs to be corrected. But it is also like it feels emotionally honest to what a 17-year-old
You're
boy
watching
would
it and you think maybe we need a little bullying. Maybe there needs to be a little bullying, not like the harsh, violent bullying. Are you the person that agrees with me? Who agrees with me here?
Kind of. What are we defining as bullying? Because I think in many ways that internal conflict with teenagers is a necessary part of development. I don't think the violent bullying, but I think in many ways what we would define as internal conflict, other people would define as bullying.
Yeah, I think when you're like a legitimately like a little creep or a little weirdo.
Yeah.
Like not in a way that like once you get to college, you realize you're not like a weirdo. You just have like different interests.
Yeah.
But, like you're uniquely like a little weirdo.
Sure.
Like you should be like people should be like you're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. And I also think it should be your peer. Like
yeah,
it's just like
if you're going around high school just being like a little freak. Other people like a genuine freak.
If you're a Reddit milady person,
someone should be like, "Hey, you're a fucking freak." Because that's the time period where, like, you need to understand that there are
social norms.
Social norms are important. I think it
teaches you so many things. Like, and again, we're not talking about getting in fights or like harassment or harass. Yeah, we're not talking about harassment or leaking nudes or getting in fights. Like, obviously, but we are talking about general conflict of you don't like this person, or if I were John's friend, I would be like, yo, she's not into you like that. Quit being a little weirdo incel. Be her friend. Love the friendship. Quit being a weirdo incel.
If I was a Jason in that class, I'd be like, oh, she doesn't love me.
I'd be like, yo, fucking weirdo. I mean, yeah, in high school, we've all had unrequited crushes or unrequited, like, even if we want to call it love, but like we've all had unrequited whatever we want to call it. And when it goes too far, there is something to be said of your friends being like, yo, you're being fucking weird. Quit it. I've had friends in high school, like, who have come to me and been like, yo, you're being fucking weird. Stop. Yeah. Like,
there needs to be some level of like, hey, stop being a weirdo.
But also that feels like an honest thing that a 17-year-old would express emotionally. because he is emotionally immature because he's 17. I think we've really lost the plot. I think it's well done. That was
I just really had to
You
get on
don't-
my
you have an issue with it.
my pro child bullying stance on the podcast. It's really need to let everyone know I'm very firm in the camp of bullies aren't. You need to have a little bullying. You need to have a little social bullying.
I think we need to figure out what is bullying and what is just social construction. Like, what are we defining as?
I think we need to separate bullying from harassment verbally. I don't think bullying in itself is bad. I think we just lopped it in with a bunch of things. We've really spanned the definition. Like someone should have found fucking Ben Shapiro when he's in high school being like, actually, and like fucking bullied him.
Yes, agreed.
Until he stopped being it.
Anyway, my least favorite song in this is, I mentioned earlier, Human Voice. I think it's a good song. I truly just think it's not meant, it shouldn't be in the musical because it's saying something entirely different than what's actually happening in the story. I feel like it was a song written for another project that they really, really liked and was like, this kind of fits, and shoehorned it in, because the song really is about we should interact as humans and drop technology. And what is happening is that the internet is going down and like they're searching for each other. But like, it just doesn't quite, like, it's one of those, like, it's not quite, not one-to-one, but like it's not an equal mesh.
Yeah.
Good song though. If my biggest complaint about the soundtrack is that there's one song that doesn't fit, but it's good. Soldier at War, we already mentioned, rips. I love when it comes back for one line. It's every time that gets me. I've seen this movie twice this week, and every time it happens, I get a little giddy. It just makes it's so cool. It makes me so excited because it's not a full reprise, but it is like, it's weird because it semi acknowledges the rules of that it is a musical, but it also kind of takes place between diegetic and musical
yeah,
world.
because like the one guy gets pulled down at one point when he goes to join the song.
I love that you. I mean, could be.
It's one step
incorrect.
away from someone saying, "Why is everyone singing?"
Yes, it doesn't quite. Yeah, have you seen the Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode where everyone's in a musical?
No, I've seen the Supergirl episode where everyone's in a musical.
Okay, it's probably similar, where they realize they're in a musical. I don't think the characters in Anna and the Apocalypse realize they're in a musical, but I do think it's a purposeful choice to acknowledge that, like, they understand that, like, the filmmakers understand that this is weird. Not weird, but like, this doesn't happen in real life.
Would you want to live in a world where everything's a musical?
Do I know it's a musical?
And you wake up.
Probably not.
You're in a musical world. Why not?
Because I feel like that would get it real annoying real fast. I think if we live in a world where if we become so overwhelmed with emotion, we start expressing that through like professional level Broadway songs.
Yeah, musical.
But I don't want to be cognizant
That's
of it.
the world you've woken up into.
But I don't want to be like, I don't want to know
You're having a bad day
on.
and you just started singing. You can't express yourself outside
that would be frustrating, and that would get real annoying real quick unless I didn't know that was going on. I would want to live in a musical if I didn't know I was in a musical. I would want to live in this world. I wouldn't want to live in the Supergirl Buffy
would
world.
love to live in a musical. I think it'd be great. I would love knowing at any point backup dancers, like everyone in the background, might start dancing because I'm having a bad day.
Another thing this movie does well, and it's the balancing act of there are songs throughout, and it is a musical, and it is unashamed that it is a musical. It's also not La La Land, where it kind of forgets that it's a musical for 40 minutes. Like, it happens throughout, and it's consistent, but also it doesn't like... I think because the songs all feel different, that they almost all feel like they were on different albums in a way that this is like 6 different movies. But it weirdly all works together through magic, through the miracle of filmmaking.
I think that's a realistic take if the world was a musical. We're saying like you singing because you're having a bad day would be different than someone else singing, right? Like you could be having like a punk song,
Yeah.
and then the person next to you's dad died, and now it's a big Broadway number.
But like I agree. But I don't want to know. I want to be able to fully just experience it. I don't want to have to think about what's happening. If that makes sense.
The music's just coming out. You don't have to think about it.
Well, you do, because you have to understand, and then at that point you're not in control. But like,
Well, because like you're saying I'm sad, but that is transformed into an entire song with a dance.
so
Therapy would be so interesting.
do you have any thoughts on the movie?
No, I think I've got all my thoughts now.
Okay.
What would vice president, headmaster, vice principal, whatever. I think I was going to say, is a pedophile, control freak. Military shouldn't have died yet. I don't think it's a Christmas movie. I think that's all my big takes.
I'm fine with it taking place in Shaun of the Dead. I think the headmaster is a weird sex pest, but I don't think it's at children or for children.
I don't think it's at children. I think it involves children. I don't think it's necessarily he's thinking of the children sexually and that gets him off, but the abuse of children gets him off.
Sure. That I can be more aligning.
Like he wouldn't be jacking off if he did it to an adult. It has to be the vulnerable.
It is truly vulnerability and power.
Yeah.
Okay. I do think it's a Christmas movie, but also I don't like. It's just like I don't care if this is your favorite Christmas movie. You're being a smartass. What is your favorite Christmas movie? Just fun, just whatever.
Currently, I really like Hot Frosty.
It's your favorite, better than Elf, better than It's a Wonderful Life,
Better than It's a Wonderful Life.
You're an insane person.
I was telling someone that you didn't like it as much, and they said you're crazy and it's a cinematic masterpiece.
It's not okay.
That's Vic's take on it. I think I was supposed to tell you that, but I forgot.
You're allowed to have whatever opinion you have. I don't think it's a cinematic masterpiece.
About to rank top 3 currently. This is likely to change at any time, depending how I'm feeling that day. Hot Frosty. Put Elf second. The second Haul Out the Holly.
Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life, Elf. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I admit that it's a little overrated. I do love it. Also, my smartass answer, but I also truly think it's a Christmas movie, is Gremlins. That it's a movie that no one thinks that about that it's a Christmas movie, but it straight up is a fucking Christmas movie.
It's more of a Christmas movie. It's a wonderful life is such a
I love that
it's
movie.
such a movie you'd be like, this is my favorite.
I love that movie.
I can see you tearing up at it.
I've seen it.
I can see your little Santa hat tearing up. Drinking your hot cocoa.
I have an idea. I was pitching an idea for a movie with some friends for us to make, and then I realized that we really were just making It's a Wonderful Life not at Christmas time.
Such a sappy.
I love it. I've seen a live radio show.
Christ.
I've seen a live play. I've seen the movie half a dozen times. I love It's a Wonderful Life.
Such a Protestant favorite Christmas movie.
We've gone way off the rails. This movie rules. I recommend it. It's a magic trick that this movie works. It should not work. On paper, this movie should have been a disaster. It is too many things going on, but also not enough things. It's not enough actually going on in the script or like in the story, but it's so many different tones and genres that it uses to tell the story, and it switches between them so rapidly, but also pretty seamlessly in a way that it feels honest and emotionally resonant and structurally sound. Like, this movie works. If you were to break apart like the act structure of that movie, I can tell you exactly where the beats are, and they follow pretty accurately. This movie works. If it's not your thing, I understand. If you don't think it's a Christmas movie, whatever. I recommend this movie a lot. I love it a lot. Do you want to do socials?
Yeah, I can do socials. If you want to, we'll post a compilation of me and Harrison kissing our family with a little bit of tongue on a 2-Man Movie podcast on Instagram. If you want to follow my non-kissing my family members with tongue adventures of Christmas time, You can find me at Two Men Movie Podcast. No, you can't. You can find me at Midwest_Magician. If you want to email me your Christmas list, and I'll rank it.
Yeah, you don't want any X-rater from this movie.
I don't want any X-rated from this movie.
They're all teenagers.
They're all teenagers.
Oh, Tony X Matthew.
No,
That would go hard.
I mean, that's for other people. Though.
He would be a very gentle lover.
I wouldn't get anything out of it.
You would
contrary to popular belief, straight.
Okay, but you wouldn't enjoy reading a love story between you and another man, even what if it's not sexual?
I have enjoyed reading male X-readers.
Sure.
Because they're well written, have interesting characters. I don't think he is a good enough character in my lexicon of characters I know of to be worthy of that.
Okay.
If you want to go see on YouTube, Two Men and a Movie Podcast.
Store in the description. Marvin the Movie Rolvis, he gives definitely. I say he gives it 2 fins up, but definitely 1 fin up at least.
Worth every fish.
It is. It's the worst. The price of it fishing, and
I'm gonna beat you to death. I'm gonna beat you to death with a rubber mallet.
You can find
you stupid piece of shit.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Lemonade at HarrisonPool.com.
Bully him for that. Find him and comment on everything. That stupid piece of shit.
You can at HarrisonPool.com, HarrisonPoolDotcom, HarrisonPool.com, or you can find me on Letterboxd at HDPOOLE124, or if you're in the Belmont, Ohio area on Thursday, January 22nd, I will be featuring for my friend Jesse Pimpinella. I'll be doing 30 minutes and he'll be doing, I'm guessing, an hour. I'm really excited. Belmont, Ohio. I will get details for next episode where the show is specifically. Thank you so much.
Won't the next episode be after the show?
No, January 22nd.
Oh, I heard, for whatever fucking reason, I heard December 22nd.
No.
I was thinking, wow, you'd be plugging it right after Christmas show.
December 22nd is my parents' 30th anniversary.
You got married the day after Christmas?
The 22nd?
Never mind, I heard 26th again. I don't know what day it is most days. Someone's like, what day is it? I'm like, I don't know. I'll be doing like paperwork for work and I have to ask my Echo device what day it is because I don't know. I'm like, what is it?
Fair enough.
The 19th?
Yes, my phone just has the day on the calendar. Thank you so much to Tristan Hostetter for our theme music. Thank you guys for listening. Tune in next week for whatever movie Matthew recommends. It'll be our last episode of the year. Yeah, because it'll come out the 29th. So it'll be our last episode of the year. Don't think it'll be a Christmas movie, but we'll figure it out as we go. So long and good night.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This is Matthew and Harrison's Two Men in a Movie.